Have you ever walked into a room and felt a sinking sensation in your stomach, like an invisible spotlight has exposed your deepest insecurities? Imagine if you could transform that moment, commanding respect and admiration effortlessly, without the need for a designer wardrobe or a prestigious job title. What if the secret to high status and confidence was within your reach, just waiting to be unlocked? In this video, we'll reveal the powerful mindset shifts and subtle behaviors that can instantly elevate your perceived value, allowing you to attract better romantic prospects, more career opportunities, and an undeniable presence wherever you go. Ready to become the person who turns heads and commands admiration effortlessly? Keep watching to discover how you can level up your life without breaking the bank. Speak unhurriedly. In a world that celebrates rapid-fire speech and constant interjections, there is immense poise in unhurried dialogue. High-value individuals understand the power behind measured language. They don't rapid-fire respond or speak just to fill silence. When they do use words, each one carries incredible intentionality and weight. You can sense the substance behind their speech. Make a habit of slowing your conversational pace. Pause briefly before responding to gather your thoughts into succinct, meaningful phrases. Resist the urge to interrupt. Hear others out fully, then reciprocate with that same patient consideration. The person who masters unrushed discourse commands respect. You'll seem unflustered, supremely confident, and above the need to ceaselessly trample the dialogue with needless chatter. Your words will be treasured for their judicious presence. Master the ability to disengage. We've all been there. You encounter someone rude or dismissive, and your bruised ego desperately wants to lash out and prove your worth to them. But high-status people have mastered a crucial paradox. The less you cling to validation from others, the more validated you become in their eyes. These high-value individuals don't get flustered or derive their self-worth from external feedback, be it positive or negative. When disrespected, they simply disengage with zen-like calm, as though the offense held no bearing over their unshakable sense of self-respect. By refusing to reward the negativity with an emotional reaction, they retain the poise and magnetism that earn genuine reverence. In your own life, meet rudeness with this courteous detachment. You'll be amazed at how much esteem you command just by holding your composure. Make eye contact. So much of our daily human engagement happens through furtive side glances and darting eye contact. We're chronically terrible at steadily and soulfully meeting each other's gaze. Those perceived as high status reverse this pattern. They look you squarely in the eye without wavering. It can feel almost invasive at first until you recognize the power behind that unbroken shared visibility. When you hold someone's gaze, you install direct pathways into their psyche. You're communicating, "I have no need for evasions or psychological games here. You are seen fully by me as I am by you." That resonant emotional transfer elevates both parties to a higher energetic playing field. Yes, prolonged eye contact can feel unnervingly vulnerable initially, but like all transcendent tools, it loses its mystique through routine practice. So look people in the eye more. Study the miniature kaleidoscopes of subtext swirling behind their pupils. You're raising the level of human, bare-souled intimacy others intuitively classify as a hallmark of status. Ask elevating questions. It's easy to slide into conversational habits centered on gossip, negativity, and mutual griping. That's the low vibration, downward spreading gravity we must consciously counteract. Those who look high value make it a point to direct dialogue towards inspirational topics that elevate the group consciousness. And the key mechanism for this is asking elevating questions. Questions like, if money, time, and resources were no issue, what ambitious dream would you wholeheartedly pursue? What's an extraordinarily memorable human interaction, either positive or negative, that profoundly impacted your outlook? If you had to instill one unshakable principle in the next generation, what would it be? Thought-provoking inquiries like these sow seeds for deeper, more soulful discourse, whereas typical small talk furrows you into shallower intimacy ditches. Uplifting questions promote fertile expansiveness. Those who wield this interpersonal skill instantly raise the qualitative potency of any interaction, causing others to perceive them as richly more enlightened company. Display situational value. Each social setting is like its own little world with unique skills and knowledge that hold currency. At work, technical expertise in your role is highly prized. At the gym, showcasing physical fitness and discipline elevates your status. With friends, discussing the best local restaurants and being in the know about the hidden gems makes you the valuable connector. The key is to recognize these opportunities to highlight your worth through tangible value to those around you. When someone needs a trustworthy recommendation or an answer only you can provide, seize that moment to be the one who elevates the conversation. Just don't be a know-it-all flaunting your smarts for its own sake. The goal is to organically demonstrate your usefulness in a way that increases your perceived value in that specific situation. Eliminate negative referencing. Those who've mastered high-value status have an invisible force field shielding them from toxic negativity. They simply do not engage in habits that drag personal or collective consciousness into depleted, scarcity-focused thought patterns. Omitting anger, shaming others, speaking from a place of lack or cynicism. These are negating behaviors they've identified as incongruous with an enlightened state of being. Notice how quickly you emotionally elevate in the presence of those who consistently demonstrate this principle. Even if specific comments or situations arise that could theoretically trigger a low vibration reaction in him, they don't seize that impetus. Negative conversational tendrils wither before reaching the nourishing stream where they're rooted. Arguments and escalations struggle to materialize without their reciprocated engagement. When you completely separate from giving weight to negative mentalities and language that cherishes humanity's shadow qualities, you begin resonating at higher and higher frequencies. This rapidly transitions you away from pettiness and needless suffering, steadily empowering your command over shaping any environment's principal tone and energy. Darkness cannot gain purchase where you preemptively don't dig the depth for its seedlings. Default to understated self-assurance. Individuals of the highest status don't need to broadcast their capabilities or accomplishments. An effortlessly understated feeling of quiet self-assurance tells the whole story. They carry themselves with a grounded, shoulders-back poise that non-verbally conveys, "I'm supremely comfortable in my own skin and talents. There's zero need to prove anything to anyone here." This dignity stands in stark opposition to the desiccated insecurity of those chronically trumpeting their achievements or reminding everyone of their supposed qualifications. True self-assurance needs no external volley for reinforcement. It's so internalized and all-encompassing that the thought of verbally flaunting only degrades its integrity. It's the energetic equivalent of indelibly tattooed confidence. No garnishing assertions required. To personify this principle takes diligent psychological reconditioning. You must identify the subconscious neediness that drives you to proclaim talents and drop personal resume points within conversations, then ruthlessly extract those demanding obligations and let your demonstrated merit speak for itself. It's infinitely more powerful to quietly uphold your supreme self-faith in private. Those with the wisdom to sense intrinsic excellence will receive its message loud and clear. Practice unhurried movement. Our postural physicality and movement patterns are outward broadcasts of our inner self-perception and personal mythology. Those who constantly rush through actions with herky-jerky paces are subtly signaling an abundant scarcity consciousness. There's never enough time, so they must hustle. In contrast, a defining mark of high-status individuals is their masterfully unhurried movement. Whether it's rising from their chair, strolling to the next point, extending a greeting handshake, or completing any physical transition, you'll notice their motions are unrushed with intentionality. Each shift of position carries an understated serenity and calm. There's no excessive running or constantly rushed pivot points. The rhythm is assured, yet never slow or theatrical, simply calm and composed. Master situational silence. In a world of perpetual noise and constant verbal force feeding, the ability to wield serene silence stands apart as an elite social cue. Those who've ascended to elevated realms of self-actualization understand the power of strategically withholding speech. They don't feel the insecure need to override every conversational pause with reams of excessive chatter. Imagine how differently you perceive an interaction where, instead of that needling compulsion to keep talking, your counterpart simply paused. And rather than filling that stillness with more words, they let it linger, neither awkwardly nor impatiently, but with a self-possessed poise. Just that simple adjustment towards confident tranquility immediately conveys an aura of assured, unruffled higher value. The next time you're tempted to keep gossiping, practice resting in the intermittent quiet. Steady your posture, regulate your breathing, and enjoy holding those harmonious seconds of silence. You're signaling an unshakable comfort in your own company that ultimately elevates how others perceive and receive you. Confidence is king and queen. True confidence is silent. It doesn't need to be announced or proven. Those who exude unwavering self-assurance without seeming arrogant or conceited are automatically deemed higher status. To embody this quality, practice positive self-talk, celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and refuse to make self-deprecating jokes or remarks. Catch yourself whenever you apologize unnecessarily or downplay your accomplishments. Truly confident individuals don't feel the need to put others down or constantly remind people of their successes. They simply move through the world with a quiet, grounded self-belief. Start doing the same and watch how people begin to defer to you. True high status isn't about downloads of dry technique or ritualized posturing. It emerges from the fervently self-actualized who've integrated profound emotional intelligence into their being. By internalizing the spirit and nuances behind each of these principles, you'll begin broadcasting the highest human frequency, that of a supremely admired, deeply impactful, and unforgettably status-endowed presence. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe this video.